Okay, so what we're going to talk about tonight, I just wanted to jump in. This is very unscripted, it's kind of unplugged, but to talk about this idea that I'm seeing a lot of activity on and had some conversations with people about doing a marketing campaign. I'm gonna mute you guys because I'm gonna echo. And then just unmute yourself if you have a question. Interrupt, okay, if you have a question. I'm gonna mute you. Okay, so the highlights of it are, and I don't know if you've seen anything about this, but what it basically involves, it's a strategy using primarily social media. It can also be through email, reaching out to people you know, and it's really promoted in terms of, hey, I'm super excited, I'm going to be offering a focus group, and I'm going to show you what a Facebook post could look like with it. I'm going to be offering a special focus group, let's say for the month, for the month of August. This would be for people that are willing to try our optimal health program, fully jump in for 28 days. You kind of list what the benefits will be. This is, again, people that want to fully jump in for 28 days into our optimal health community with a goal to lose about 10 pounds, yada, yada, yada. And I have 10 spaces available, some kind of sense of urgency. And at the bottom line is, this is business as usual. So basically, if somebody, say private message you or likes the post, basically it's the same process. It's, the interested phone call, going through all our questions, finding out why they want to get healthy, and then just saying, yeah, we're just doing this special focus group. We're going to put you into our optimal health community. And for us, that would be our Eat, Live, and Be Healthy page. I'm going to coach you. You're going to get my weekly coaching. I just really want you to, see what's possible with our program. If you'd be willing to be part of this focus group for 28 days, it'd be a great way for you to be exposed to our community and start moving towards your goals. And other than that, it's business as usual. What generates the activity is primarily the fact is like a sense of urgency that's out there. And then what happens is they will go into our Eat, Live, and Be Healthy page. We'll let our team know in there that we're going to be having lots of new players come in. And then every single day there is a post. Now, I participate, we have the option as health coaches to utilize a social media service called Synduit. There is a fee for it, but there is a social media service, and they will actually post things for us on our daily wall or whatever we want, and we can pick specific campaigns. They have a specific campaign for focus group facilitation. So I know that I don't think anybody on this call besides me is a Synduit member, but as the leader of our group and the leader of our Eat, Live, and Be Healthy page, and the fact that I am a member, I would launch the campaign that would generate these posts that would be on there on a daily basis in our Eat, Live, and Be Healthy group. And what the Honey Beth was telling me was, she said that the posts were great. She said, like, on day one, it was like asking people to share their why on why they were getting healthy. And she said it just generated a flood of responses, and new clients, old clients, everybody was just really, it was starting to open up again and really generated a surge of activity on her page. And every day is just a daily tip or a question. On Wednesdays, they'll remind people to join the Habits of Health call and that sort of thing. With the launch of the new, that's the typical focus campaign. We've had this new, and this has been available for a few months. With the rolling out of Optavia, they now have a focus campaign designed around that. So you could decide, like, hey, I want to try to do a focus group, and maybe I'll design it all around the new Optavia program. Like, hey, I am looking for 10 people who want to dive all in with our all natural products, experience this, blah, 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 blah. And the campaign, they've actually personalized it to Optavia. So there's some links in there, etc. And it actually is going to run parallel to the Optavia, like 30-day text that they get. Same information, but phrased a little different kind of thing. So I know that some of you guys on the call are really in, in looking for opportunities and ideas to grow your business in terms of client acquisition and ways to reach out. So really, this is just for discussion. Is it something that's of interest to you? And if so, we can work out logistics of what it can look like. So you probably have, I'll have a few things to show you, but before we go any further, just unmute anybody who has, and let's just start to think of, I'll unmute you all. Let's just share some ideas.
So, this is Vicki. I'm definitely interested. So are you suggesting whoever would want to do this that we?
Let me mute everybody, Vicki, and you unmute, okay?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's better.
So if we all wanted to do this as a group, like everybody kind of wanted to do it on their own page, would we maybe set a target date? And I just want to make sure I'm clear that like this campaign, you're got this Synduit link, you would be able to post that in our group for all the new people, for us as a group, even though we might be inviting individuals. Is that
correct? So what would happen is that the post would go in and it would just say focus group day 1, like in there. And I'll do a video or I'll do something in with our current group so that they know what's going on. But you guys can all, like once you have a new client, et cetera, who says, yes, I want to do this, you just dump them right into our Eat, Live, and Be Healthy page. And we would come up with a uniform date that we wanted this to start, planning ahead that you would be able to have your, post it or send your email, have your conversations, order their program, and have it received, starting. And they do say we need to start it on a Monday. So, August 1st, August 8th, August 15th, we can decide what we want to do. That's up to us. Debbie, got some thoughts?
No, I'm liking it. I'm liking the idea. I haven't done like a fishing for a campaign in a while, and I think it's a brilliant idea. I love it. I'm wondering about maybe doing like offering 2 different options. Like, I just don't know about. I like the idea of maybe saying, get some of the regular line and some Optavia versus only having the option of only Optavia products.
You can absolutely do anything, and it depends on what you want to put on your page. You can use whatever wording you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be uniform. What I was talking with Honeybeth about, I've done some focus group campaigns. I run, I think, pretty much on social media. People know what I do. They'll come to me. I think my business is in a little bit different place. So I personally like the idea for me of launching it based on the Optavia products. Once they get in, it doesn't matter. The tips they're going to get on that focus group, it doesn't matter. In talking with Honeybeth, what she said, and she agreed, and we had the same thought process, was if I launch that as the Optavia, right? And I'm talking to somebody and they're like, well, wait a minute. Like, I thought you told me, I talked to you once before, you told me it was $346. I can say, you know what? Yeah, I do have that program available. Is that, better for suiting your budget now? You can still be part of the group and get the tips and everything else. That's absolutely fine. So we can really meet somebody where they are. And I think they could do either or. And I'll show you, would you guys like to see like an example of the Facebook post that's out there? Okay, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to flip over to that. And sometimes when I do that, I lose you. So if you can't see it, somebody unmute and tell me, okay? Okay, so this is Amber Smithson. She is one of our presidential directors. She's the one that won that major award. The Brad, can't think of the name. The big award. So she is very involved in social media and very involved in these campaigns. So this is her most recent one that she posted. She posted a thing with the Optavia, and hers was very brief. Excited about the direction of my company, going clean and environmentally friendly amongst the increased focus on long-term wellness that we've always had. Gearing up for a focus group to start August 1st. I only have a few spots open. And then she's going to do some follow-up posts and that sort of thing. And then if anybody posts, like you can already see, she had, I'm sure some of these were health coaches, but she had 9 people like it. And then lots of people saying they're in. And then if somebody asks questions, or if they like it, she'll actually ask them, do you want to join? But you could always take it to private message. You would always take any questions to private message, just like we do on any social media. This other, I want to show you what it looked like. This is Honeybeth Wiggs. She lives in North Carolina near Jonathan and Lisa. And she told me that in July, she wasn't going to run the campaign, but then a couple of her coaches wanted to do something to generate activity. So she decided to do a campaign, and she personally got 5 new clients and 1 new health coach as a result of running this campaign. Hers, now this was generated through Synduit. It's a little bit different, but hers was a little different. She just said, you know, holy smokes, because of the huge success of our health games, I'm excited to announce that we're creating a small focus group starting July 11th with folks that would like to lose 10+ pounds. I'll be giving free coaching, mind frame strategies, as well as laying the foundation of long-term sustainable health for people who are highly motivated to follow my complete healthy living program for 28 days. I only have room for 10 people in this focus group, so shoot me a message as soon as possible if you're curious and you want details. First come, first serve. I can't wait. So it's, you know, energetic, lots of call to action. And, you know, she only had 4 people like it, but according to this post, she did a couple of reminders after, and then she had a couple people sign me up. What's the cost? She probably said, I'll private message you. Yeah, you know, she has, and so that from that she had 5 new clients as a result. So there's potential there. This is not a company strategy. It's nothing we have to do, but I just want to, since it's out there and I know a lot of you guys are looking to grow, I just wanted to talk about it. So thoughts, do we like it, not like it? You want to sit on it?
Dee, you know, I'm brand new and I think it sounds great. So you have to really help me.
Oh yeah, I will, especially because if you guys haven't met, I guess I shouldn't do introductions, but this is Beth Bilton and she's a brand spanking new health coach. So she said today she wished she would have gone to convention after she saw this.
So yeah, I think it sounds like a great idea. I'm very excited to hear about it.
And even that generic one, I kind of think for, you know, my campaign might look a little different than yours. Like what's on my Facebook wall might look different than what's on your Facebook wall. But I really think at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. If you follow my thoughts, you guys, on that.
I think, can you hear me?
Yes.
So I think it'd be kind of cool if we decide to do that, if we all have a target date, even if we just get 1 client, that it's a matter of multiple people coming in, that whole sense of community. That's one of the new focal points of the company, I think is great. I think if we want to do this as a group, you know, independently, but as a group, what might be cool, and the question in the interview is getting permission to post their results at the end of the 28 days, because that might then generate even more. And then if people know, oh my God, they're posting my results, it's kind of like, you know, way out time. Better you know, it might just be another way to keep the ball rolling, looking ahead, but also kind of force a little accountability. I mean, and somebody's obviously free to say no, but I don't know. It just makes me, I'm just thinking proactively.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think we can. You can use whatever kind of verbiage you have, you know, and it could be easily like, hey, I'm just looking to get a group of people together and see what their results are. If somebody makes a decision, just plunges all in, immerses into our healthy community, whatever. And all I ask is that, you know, I'll be evaluating all the results, but I would love to be able to share your results if you meet the goal of the 10 pounds and whatnot. Would you be okay with that? I'd probably let them in even if they said no. But I think they'll be super excited. But yeah, getting a before picture and all of that.
I guess I'm just thinking for future Facebook posts on our individual walls to say, hey, the success of my last group was.
Yeah, absolutely. And keep records. Say collectively, you know, our group lost X amount of pay. You know, like if let's say the 6 of us did this, if collectively we kept track of our results, we could say, you know, as a result of our last focus group, we lost, 150 pounds in a month, collectively. So
The only other thought that I had is, I don't know what state everybody else is in as far as just, I'm thinking about kids and structure in school. It just seems like when kids go back to school, people start to kind of get structured. So my preference would be, here, I think we start next week, but my thinking is give it a week to at least to generate some interest, because there are still people out of town,
correct. Yeah. Yeah. Debbie, what's it look like in Florida? When does school start there?
We start a week after Georgia does. So everybody's getting ready to start in these hot states right in August.
Yeah. So you're starting like August 8th.
Yeah.
And what about North Carolina?
So we're just realizing we don't know because our kid graduated.
Yeah, I know.
So college starts at the end of August.
Yeah. So the reason, if you're new to coaching, the reason we're talking about this is that in coaching world, a very peak time is end of August, September, and October are huge months in the coaching world, because summers, for the most part, at least especially in the Southeast, for the most part, schools going back, moms or whoever, they're ready for structure again, ready to focus on themselves. And then by September, October, people are looking at the calendar saying, oh my gosh, the holidays are coming. And I didn't do what I said I was going to do this year. And there's still enough time that they could if they put their mind to it. So this is a peak time to be working on your business, because over the next few months. So I agree with Vicki. We even, usually if we have a local meeting, we wait a week or two, because a lot of times the kids go back to school, but it still takes a few days for moms to unwind before they're ready to, start focusing on themselves again. So I would say at the earliest, August 8th, which would mean we would have to actively market next week, so that people would have to pretty much order their kit by like next Wednesday at the latest. Or we could push it to the 15th to start on the 15th, or we could go the 22nd. It's really whatever you guys want.
So just to confirm a question, we're all going to run an independent on our page focus group, but the goal is for everybody to dump them into Eat, Live, and Be Healthy.
Correct. Because what we want to do is, it's risky if we try to just create our own and do a separate Facebook group just for them. It's not going to have the synergy of one of our larger, more experienced groups. And let's say at the end of the day, what if I got 2 people, even though I said I had space for 10, what if I got 2, you got 1, Vicki got 2, Beth got 1. Well, if we only had like 8 people, it's not going to look that great if we had our own separate group. So my thought is we run it, and this is what all the coaches do. You run it independently on your main wall, because the only people we usually cross over is fellow health coaches. And then we put them to Eat, Live, and Be Healthy. And then we pick the same start date so that those messages will show up, day 1, day 2, day 3. And it's consistent with, because we've all put these people in there for that group. So I would say, at the earliest, August 8th, August 15th might be a better date. My only dilemma with that is I'm on vacation the week before, and where I am limits very sketchy internet and phone. So if I'm getting calls, that's going to be really hard for me, and to be able to support you guys, that's my only challenge, but I will figure it out. Now I do, as part of Synduit, I might use they have a campaign that one that Honeybeth had, that I think that was from Synduit. The only thing I'm going to ask, and I'll reinforce this and give a little more clear procedures on it, is that you not copy and paste my post to your wall, because I may have a registration page, and that's for my tracking, but I don't want your clients to get mixed into my database. So that would be the only thing, is that, you just wouldn't include a registration link on yours. Question, Debbie?
Sorry, you were breaking up. Did anybody else hear that?
I heard it, but I didn't understand it.
I missed
Okay.
what you were like.
So some of your other Synduit posts, D, have had your registration linked specifically to you, and that's so you don't want us to do that because that'll mess up your matrix tracking.
Yeah, actually, it's worse than that. What happens is that then they're getting emails from me. Like if I use that registration link, then it tracks, it sends reminder emails to people, it sends them things. And if your people signed up on it, they then end up in my database and they're getting letters from me, and that's not good. They, we want you to be the only person they know. But you could take every other wording, copy paste it, but not use that registration link and just say, contact me for more information. Same thing.
Yeah, what is the registration link? I don't understand what the registration link.
So let me show you if I can, let me see if this would work. I'm going to share again. Again, remember we're unplugged here, so we'll see how this works. I don't know if this is still live. No. But basically, I would have this registration link here, and somebody could click it, and it would bring them to a page within Synduit. And the person would put in their name, their email, their phone number, basically saying that that they would like more information about it. And then an email is automatically sent to them through the system that says, congratulations, we'll be contacting you soon. And then if they sign up, they'll get a reminder email like Sunday night, hey, we're starting tomorrow, don't forget, blah, blah, blah. Does that help, Vicki?
So if we were to use some wording and just kind of come up with our own thing, would you suggest that we pull a link out of our Facebook page, out of our TSFL page? Or, you know what I mean? Like, like people can contact us and say, I want to know more about this program. Like, should we come up with our own?
Yeah, you want them to just private message you. Like Amber's. Amber's was just, I think it just said, give me 1 second to share again. Amber's.
And I think her page is.
Amber didn't have anything. So basically, if somebody was interested, they were going to comment, or they would probably private message her.
Okay.
Or if somebody asked a question, she said, I'll send you a PM, just like you would with any media, before and after picture or whatever. Just handle it the same way.
Okay.
So I would, if anything, I would maybe just do some sort of image or something. Definitely whatever you post, put an image with it to generate activity, even if it's an image that says focus group, from Google Images. Okay, so so am I getting some yeses? So I've got Beth, Vicky's interested, and Debbie, right? You're in, Jonathan, and Lisa, and then Mary Beth is down there. I can't see her. So, all right, so we'll proceed, okay? And then anybody else who wants to join can join in. And let's talk about, did I get a thumbs up from Mary Beth? There she is. So do we like the date of August 15th? Kind of mid-month? Yes, no? Okay. All right. So we'll proceed from here. So I would say you can really announce it whenever you want. You may want to start on August 1st or something. I don't know. It's 2 weeks out. You want to create some urgency. So we can talk individually. All right. A strategy for you guys with questions. All right. Any other questions around it? I don't want to take up too much of your time tonight.
We all we'll be basically in agreement August 15th.
Correct. Do we like that? Sounds good. Okay. All right. I'll get more information to you guys, and then just reach out to me directly if you want to have a conversation specifically to your business about what this could look like. Any assistance, drafting the Facebook post. Again, you can use email. You can use any contact campaign that you want with this. All right, good. All right. Excited for you guys.
Bye.
Bye.